Hi everyone, welcome to this week's Short Attention Span webinar. We've got Kelly Malazzi once again on the phone. Hi Kelly.
Hey Bill.
Kelly, this is a good one. I'm gonna ambush you on this one. You remember the movie City Slickers?
I do.
I love that movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Big Billy Crystal fan. I thought every time he's on the Academy Awards, it makes it worth watching. Great movie, a midlife crisis movie. If you've never seen it before. And he is a city slicker who goes out to a dude ranch, and he has a couple weeks with his buddies to try and figure things out. And there's an salty old cowboy out there. He eventually, in fact, won the Best Supporting Actor for the role and did some one-handed push-ups on stage. Jack Palance, real rascal, and he and Billy Crystal are sitting. They're on this ride together, and they're sitting by the campfire, and it's one of those. What do they call them? Bromances, where they're talking about life. And Jack Palance says to the younger Billy Crystal, you city folk, you come out here and you think you can figure your life out and unwind all your stress in 2 weeks, and you can't. He said, in the end, life comes down to one thing. Billy Crystal says, what? What's that one thing? Jack Palance says, well, that's what you've got to figure out. You've got to figure out your one thing. And then the rest of the movie is about him figuring it out, and I won't ruin it for you because it's a terrific movie, great little Netflix rental. So Kelly, let me throw this at you. This is my ambush. All right? Let's say you're in an appointment with a first-time customer, and it's going well, and you're using that Malazzi charm, which is so famous in the Midwest, and the call's gone well, but the guy says, you know what, I don't have anything for you right now. Thanks very much for coming in, Kelly. And I'll keep you in mind. And you stand up and you shake hands, and you get to the doorway, and you turn around to leave a lasting impression. And you want to get that one thing out, okay? So you're going to say, here's my one thing. This is who I am, or this is why people buy from me. Anything in there, Kelly, and what would you say?
Well, I think what this really is kind of synonymous with is your mission statement. It's why you do what you do. So I think my statement would basically be to look them straight in the face and say, if you asked any of my customers any of my loyal customers, why they've worked with me year after year, project after project, it would be because I work hard to earn and keep their business every day. I bring them ideas. I'm engaged in the results. And I am there for them every step of the way.
Okay.
And I think that's how I would leave it. I mean, it would be, again, it's about your branding statement, your mission statement, who you are, and I think it would be something like that. I don't know. I think it is a bit of an ambush. Well, let me hear yours. Tell me about what yours would be.
Well, mine has always been ideas and resources, and I heard you say ideas. It's always been, for me, it's always been my differentiator. That I've never been the only one that sold what I sell. And so I would come and say, listen, yeah, I'm going to give you a price, but I'm going to give you an idea as well. And I'm going to sell you on my ideas. If you like my ideas, buy them from me. If you don't like my ideas, then you go do business with somebody else. The other part of that is resources. I consider myself a very resourceful person. My mom said I would have made a good engineer for that. She always wanted me to become an engineer. She used to come in and she'd hand me something and say, here, tell me why this isn't working. I'd take it apart and put it back together, and it would work. I don't know why. But it's that resourcefulness. There's more than one way to look at things. And all three of my kids, for example, went to Montessori schools, and Montessori teaches you to look 360 around a problem. So I don't know, Kelly, is that two things or one thing? Ideas and resources. But
I think that's what your thing is, though. Because again, mine, I guess, is if I had to even summarize it in one word, it would be engagement. I'm engaged in this process. I'm not an order taker. And so I mean, I think the point of this exercise that we're talking about here is to hone this. It's really we'd ask you to spend some time thinking about how you define yourself as it relates to your work, and come up with this really spectacular statement and use it in exactly the way that that it's framed here, because we very, very rarely do we walk out of appointments with orders anymore, So this really is about leaving an impression, a really strong, lasting impression on a person. And so I would encourage everybody to, to really spend some time articulating that and get it down to a statement that you're really happy with, and then use it a lot.
But they too are going to get ambushed, right? I mean, this is a question, Kelly, why should I buy from you? Why should I take your appointment? And this is something you've got to be ready for.
Yes.
So, I've also heard myself say, listen, here's two ways, here's two reasons why you should do business with me. Number one, if I lower the usage cost of your documents. Number two, if I increase their value. So I guess maybe my one thing is, I'm going to learn the story behind your printed piece. Using my ideas and my resources, I am going to either lower the usage cost of the documents or increase their value. And boy, that's
very powerful.
That's a big, big, big statement. If that doesn't work for somebody, hey, you know what? You're not my customer. Move on. Hey, that's great, Bill, but we get 3 quotes from everyone. All right. Good luck with that. I'm gone. I'm going to go find somebody else for which my one thing works.
Yep.
All right. So there's our one thing. You guys need to work on your one things. Look at those. There are emails around here somewhere, and I'd be happy to talk to you about what your answer is. In the meantime, thank you, Kelly. We will talk on the next Short Attention Span webinar.
Thanks, Bill.